All right, here we go. This is tutorial 3 of the Spur Gears series. And in this one, we're going to make a base plate for these gears to sit on and rotate on. Before we do that, though, I have one fix to make, as you can see on the screen. And you're probably yelling at me in the last tutorial about it. When I was making this second gear, I forgot to adjust, like I did with the first gear, I forgot to adjust the 10mm hole to a 6mm hole, so I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to hit the plus on my second grouping here for my second gear. I'm going to go to that first sketch and double click it. I'm going to turn off the spur gear, so I'm just looking at the sketch. I'm going to put D on my keyboard for dimensioning, click there, and make it 6mm. Finish the sketch. Okay, so that's not bad. I'll turn this gear back on. Most things in Fusion aren't a big deal to fix. You just got to head back in history or in the timeline and make an adjustment, just like that. Okay, next thing. We're going to make this base plate now. Believe it or not, I've made this tutorial a couple of times and I keep forgetting to do this step, but I'm remembering this time. Right click, new component, and make this component called base. You think I'd be able to do that, but I just charged along, and next thing I had sketches and bodies underneath the main sort of project, and that was wrong. So here we go. We are sketching on base. Where's our first sketch going to be? Well, right now we're looking at the top of the gears. There they are. Let's roll around and look at the bottom of the gears. We're going to sketch on the bottom of this gear. So create a sketch, choose the bottom of the gear. Do not choose these origin planes. Don't do that. Choose the bottom of the gear. So make sure you're looking at the bottom like that. Choose the large gear, and away we go. Okay, we are now drawing on this gear. You can kind of see it's blue, right, compared to this one. So let's create a circle. And let's find the center of the gear. Look for the snap. It's a circle, and then we're going to head out. Now this is going to be 76. Enter. There we go. Now we're going to do the same over here. We're going to create a circle, and oh, there's a problem though. We can't snap to the middle of this, and that's because we're sketching on this gear. Remember, it was slightly blue and it was telling you, hey, you're sketching here. So therefore we can't use this one yet. We have to project this geometry up to our sketch. So we're going to go create. We're going to project just the center hole here, just the edge there. Click that. See, you got one selected, push OK. Now we can actually use that geometry to start sketching. So now we can pick the center, and this time the size is 42 millimeters. There we go. Great. Next thing is create a line. The line's going to attach to the edge of the circle. Make sure you get a snap. That little X tells you you're snapping. The second one, watch this. As I slide around, I'll get a special symbol right there. You can't see the symbol too well the way I'm showing it to you now, but it's this symbol right here. It's a constraint symbol, and it's showing tangent. Tangent is when a line intersects a circle at only one point. So we want this line to be tangent, so we'll slide around till we get the tangent symbol, and then we'll click. There we go. I also want this to be tangent over here, this connection, but look, it's intersecting at 2 points right now. I'm going to tell it to be tangent by heading up to constraints, picking the tangent constraint, saying make this line, by clicking on it, tangent to this circle. It is now tangent. It's got the symbol. So we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. So I'm currently making tangents, or applying tangent constraints. So I'm going to hit escape and create a line with L on my keyboard. Click this circle, look for the tangent on this circle. Oh, it's this way. There it is. Click. And then apply the constraint, tangent constraint, to the other side. Line to circle, make them tangent. There we go. So we are done. Push escape to stop making tangent constraints. And next thing is I'm going to turn off these two gears over here in the browser tree, so I'm just looking at the sketch. Now what we'll do is we will window the whole thing, and we will push E on the keyboard to extrude. Rotate around for the satisfaction of seeing this move. And we are going to go 3 millimeters, key that in. But before we finish, don't leave this yet, and if you've already left it, you're going to have to go in and edit this extrusion. we're going to do something different. We're going to not have this extrude down from the gear face. We're going to step it off by choosing start point, offset plane, and we're going to step it off 3 millimeters. And if I turn these gears back on now, you'll see that there's a gap of 3 millimeters between the beginnings of this extrusion and then the 3 millimeter extrusion. And that is so that these gears are up in the air and we can build some supports underneath them that are going to reduce the friction and so they operate better. So let's have a look top level here what this looks like at the moment. Floaty gears, just like that. Okay, next step. We are going to go back to drawing on the base, make sure it's active, and we're going to create a sketch on the surface, the top surface of the base. There we go. And that sketch is going to be to make the pins and also the supports underneath. So, or risers we could call them, I guess. So we're going to create a couple of circles. The first circle is going to be the size from the center to the actual gear, which was a 6 millimeter diameter circle. Okay. The second one is the same over here. Oh, should snap that. There we go. And then we'll turn off the 2 gears. There we are. And we can now start drawing based on the bores of the gears, even though they're not there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to invoke the offset command. Hit escape to stop drawing circles there. Oh, hang on. Turn these off again. When you hit escape, they turn back on automatically. So I'm going to go S for toolbox, O for offset. Pick this style of offset, the 2 lines, because that's a 2D offset, and we'll pick this circle. Our first offset is going to be inwards by negative 0.2 millimeters, 0.2 or decimal 2. And that's going to make the pin slightly smaller than the hole in the gears so that they'll fit over top of each other without too much trouble. And then we're going to have a second offset, SO for offset. Click the outside and drag it out. Now this offset, I'm just checking my diagram over here, is, I'm looking for it, 20 millimeters. There we go. Enter. Okay. That just seems rather large, and I'm double checking. I don't think that's right. Oh, it's an offset. It's 20 millimeter diameter, so it should have a radius or an offset of 10. Push enter. There we go. That's better. So I just double clicked the dimension and changed it there. Okay, so let's head over to this one, and we'll do an offset off the center on this one. Let's get this one right. 5 millimeters. There, that's better. Nope. Control Z. I'm having lots of trouble with this tutorial. We are going to create an offset from this circle. SO for offset, pick it. We'll go inwards. This is the negative 0.2. And then we are going to go outwards. So we'll go pick a circle. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go offset. For offset, pick this circle and head out from here 5 millimeters. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so we're going to do some extruding now. The first extrusion, we will go up. Let me check my numbers here. 6, 9. So let's extrude this up here, this inner circle, and this inner circle, and we'll extrude them with E off the keyboard, and we will drag them up, a grand total of 9. Okay, and then we'll go right back down here to the timeline for the base, and we'll go back into this sketch, and we'll take these outer ones, the risers we can call them, we'll extrude those up. We'll extrude those up 3. Okay, we'll hit, there we go. All right. Now you see those lines drawn in there? That's just because if I go under base and I go under sketch, the sketch is turned on. So I'm going to turn that off so it looks like this. Okay, that's what we're looking for. So now we're going to make one more sketch. Create a sketch on the surface of there, and we're also going to project this one. So create, project this surface, push OK. And we're going to create a couple of little retainers on top of these here pins. So if I go back up to the top, I'm in the sketch, so I'm going to make a circle off the center of this, and it's going to be slightly bigger than the pin. So actually maybe I'll just zoom in on this for a second, and I'm going to go O for offset from there. So I'm offsetting the outside there, and it was 0.5. So a total of 1 millimeter bigger because it hangs over both sides by 0.5. And now we'll head over to this side, and we'll go O for offset on the keyboard, and we'll drag this one out 0.5. Okay, we're going to extrude both of those up, so we'll go get this one, but make sure you get the inner and the outer. There, get the whole thing. And we'll go over to this one, and we'll hold shift. Oh, to get the whole thing, you pick more than one thing. Remember, you got to hold shift, and you can pick multiple things. And then we will push E on the keyboard, and then we will extrude up 1 millimeter. Okay, so we have these little buttons. Now, they're pretty good. The only thing I'd say is, actually, let's do it this way. Yeah. So let's go draw one more sketch on top of this surface, and we will project the other one. So it's part of the sketch. Grab the entire outside of it there. Push OK. And there we go. We should have the ability to draw on that now. So we're going to draw a line, and the line is going to go off the middle and go like this, and push escape to finish drawing lines. And then we're going to offset this line this direction, and the -0.5. Oh, -0.5, I guess. Well, I'll go that way first then. 0.5 takes me that direction. O on the keyboard for offset. Pick it again, move it this way, -0.5. All right. And now we are going to extend, or we'll just draw a line. So push L on your keyboard, pick up the end of this upper line and drag it out, make sure it's horizontal, and click somewhere. L on the keyboard, pick up the end of this lower line, drag it out, and click somewhere. And this center line, I'm going to push X and make it a construction line. Now I'm going to trim things up to make them neat and tidy. These little hanging over ends. All right. And then we'll do the same over here to this one. So we'll draw, make sure that's still good, yeah. We'll draw a line first from the center out. Then we'll draw O on the keyboard for offset. We'll drag it up, -0.5, enter. O on the keyboard for offset. Click that line, drag it down, 0.5, enter. We will extend those by drawing lines out. Then we'll run around, clean up the edges. Clean up all these overhangs from the circle. And that'll be good. Okay, next step. Oh, I'm going to go and make this a construction line over here. There we go. Next step, we are going to go and pick this area in the middle, make it blue, run over here holding shift, pick this area in the middle, hit E for extrude. And now we are going to extrude that down. Oh, I'm rotating around. We're going to see what it'll do if we'll go this far. Now I think -6.5 is where I went. minus 6.5. There we go. And push OK. Good. And now we are going to get this back under control here, push that and bring it back under control. So a couple of details now. These are the little retainers that will hold the gears on, and a couple of details left is it's hard to press the gears onto a square edge. So let's go fillet these edges. Pick that edge, and pick this edge and pick this edge, and we'll give them a little bit of rounding like that. What's that, 1.5 millimeters? Sure. Push OK. Now we've got something that the gears can easily pop onto. And the last thing we'll do is we'll give these a little more strength down in the bottom by not having a square edge here. Let's fillet this edge. We'll run over and get the other side. And this edge. Ooh, run around and get that one. So we should have 4 of them now. Checking over here, yeah, we have 4 edges. And then we'll fillet these like that. So what's that fillet? 0.5 millimeters? Push OK. And now we should have something that looks pretty manufacturable. Alrighty. So turn these gears back on that have been invisible for now. And go top level activate so we can see everything and how it's going to look. So there we have it. Alright, the only thing left to do is get these gears to start spinning on this so that it's realistic, and that's the next video. So we'll see you there.